What is up, Nexus Nation? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today, and you're getting it all first, right here, right now. We've got massive updates that are going to shake up your gaming world, from highly anticipated reveals to that one announcement you've all been waiting for. Don't blink, don't even breathe, because if you miss this, you're missing everything. We're diving headfirst into the most crucial gaming intel that dropped today, and trust me, you do not want to be left in the dark. So buckle up, grab your controllers, and prepare for a rapid-fire rundown of what you need to know. Let's go. First up, the legendary Agent 7 is back in the spotlight with a brand new gaming adventure that's just been unveiled, and the details are stunning. Then, we're shifting gears to talk about a highly anticipated title that's been shrouded in mystery, but a new report suggests we might finally see it in action very soon. After that, get ready for more on that iconic spy, as his latest digital outing gets a confirmed release date and a deep dive into what makes it tick. And to wrap it all up, we've got a potential look at another beloved character making a big splash in the gaming world. You know the drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. The iconic agent gets a release date. Get ready for a massive shakeup in the world of espionage gaming. Sony and developer IO Interactive have just dropped a bombshell during their latest State of Play presentation, pulling back the curtain on their highly anticipated James Bond title, 7 First Light. After months of speculation and anticipation, the event delivered over 30 minutes of exhilarating gameplay, finally giving fans a substantial look at what the legendary Agent 7's early days at MI6 will entail. The presentation, which largely unfolded as expected, showcased a thrilling blend of fast-paced car chases, explosive shootouts, and the creative use of iconic Bond gadgets. However, the absolute biggest reveal, the one that sent shockwaves through the community, was the official confirmation of a March 27, 2026 release date for 7 First Light. This update solidifies the game's place in the gaming calendar, placing it just over 6 months away and allowing eager players to finally mark their calendars. Adding to the excitement, the long-standing fan speculation surrounding the actor portraying the suave secret agent has finally been put to rest. Dexter, original Sin star Patrick Gibson, has been officially confirmed to step into the role of James Bond in this new video game. Gibson made a surprise appearance during the State of Play to not only confirm his casting, but also to introduce the wider cast. Fans will be thrilled to see Lenny James as Greenway, Priyanka Burford as M, Alistair McKenzie as Q, Kiera Lester as Moneypenny, and Naomi Nakai as Ms. Roth, rounding out a star-studded ensemble for this new chapter. IO Interactive, the acclaimed studio behind the beloved Hitman series, has clearly infused 7 First Light with its signature DNA. The gameplay footage demonstrated a heavy emphasis on stealth and environmental interaction, reminiscent of Agent 47's meticulous approach. Players will find themselves utilizing the environment to their advantage, whether it's sneaking past security, creating distractions, or employing a range of classic and high-tech gadgets. The game promises a dynamic experience, encouraging players to experiment with various approaches, from silent infiltration to using Bond's legendary charm and wit to navigate complex situations. Beyond stealth, the presentation also offered a tantalizing glimpse into the game's action-packed sequences. Bond will be seen engaging in thrilling vehicle pursuits, complete with cinematic stunts and evasive maneuvers. When stealth fails, players can expect to unleash Bond's license to kill, engaging in intense firefights and over-the-top action sequences, including a dramatic escape involving a moving plane and a parachute-free dive. For those eager to secure their copy, pre-orders are now open, offering a standard edition for $69.99 and a premium $299.99 collector's edition. A special incentive awaits those who pre-order the standard edition before launch, an automatic upgrade to the deluxe edition, which includes exclusive cosmetic items and 24-hour early access at no extra cost. This release marks a significant return for James Bond to the gaming forefront after a considerable hiatus, with 7 First Light poised to redefine the iconic spy's interactive adventures. But is this the only major announcement that dropped? hold onto your hats, because we've got more groundbreaking news coming your way. A posh blockbuster with Hitman flair. IO Interactive, the masterminds behind the critically acclaimed Hitman series, has finally given the gaming world an extended, in-depth look at their ambitious James Bond adaptation. 7. First Light, during Sony's recent State of Play showcase. As anticipated, the gameplay footage strongly echoes the meticulous stealth and environmental manipulation that fans have come to adore in the Hitman franchise. But the infusion of the iconic James Bond persona injects a distinct and exhilarating pace. The presentation delved into several missions, offering a comprehensive view of Bond's operational style. One segment featured Bond going undercover during an exclusive chess tournament in Slovakia. Initially seen in a seemingly mundane role as a chauffeur, Bond quickly sheds his disguise to embrace the more action-oriented aspects of his MI6 duties. This initial infiltration sequence readily channels the spirit of Agent 47, with Bond adeptly using environmental distractions, such as a conveniently leaky hosepipe, to bypass security and acquire necessary credentials. The gameplay emphasizes a methodical approach, rewarding players for observation and clever interaction with the surroundings. The subsequent gameplay segments showcased a diverse range of scenarios that highlight Bond's versatility. A notable sequence involved social stealth, where Bond engages with a bartender to gather crucial intel on a suspicious bellhop, demonstrating the character's suave interrogation skills. This transitions into a thrilling, almost retro-feeling car chase, complete with a femme fatale in the passenger seat, evoking a sense of classic Bond cinema. The action escalates with an explosive set-piece involving the destruction of numerous gas tanks at a crowded airfield, culminating in Bond boarding an escaping transport plane. Here, the gameplay shifts to a quick-time event, QTE sequence focused on hacking the plane's controls, leading to a dramatic mid-air confrontation and the plane's eventual fiery demise. The article playfully critiques the portrayal of Bond, noting a certain smugness and quippiness that might be divisive, rating him 7 Rogers out of Canary. However, the gameplay itself is lauded for its engaging mechanics. Another featured mission involved infiltrating a high-society gala in Kensington, London. This scenario felt particularly akin to a Hitman, World of Assassination mission, emphasizing Bond's ability to blend into crowds, eavesdrop for opportunities, and discreetly neutralize or acquire items from staff. The focus is on maintaining a low profile while gathering intelligence and executing objectives with precision. IO Interactive has also detailed the supporting systems that enhance the gameplay experience. An instinct mechanic is available, which can be utilized to talk your way out of confrontations, set up stealth takedowns, or even slow down time for precise headshots. Gadgets are, of course, a staple, including a laser for dropping chandeliers or smoke grenades for discreet escapes. The game also introduces a license to kill mechanic, implying that lethal force is not always the default option and requires specific authorization, differentiating Bond from more trigger-happy characters. Overall, 7. First Light is presented as a compelling fusion of Hitman's strategic gameplay and the cinematic flair of the James Bond universe. Whether viewed as a Hitman game that embraces Bond's penchant for explosive getaways or a Bond game that has meticulously studied Agent 47's methods, the result appears to be a highly entertaining experience. The game is slated for release on March 27, 2026, across multiple platforms including PS5, Xbox Series XS, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. It's clear that the world of espionage is getting a major gaming upgrade, but what about another highly anticipated hero? We have some potentially massive news on that front next. Bond's return confirmed, gameplay revealed. Sony's recent State of Play event has officially put an end to the waiting game, confirming the much-anticipated release date for IO Interactive's upcoming James Bond title, 7 First Light. This dedicated showcase, which focused entirely on the game, provided an in-depth look at what players can expect as 7 makes his grand return to the gaming world after a significant absence. The last major James Bond game release was 7 Legends back in 2012, making this new installment a highly awaited revival. The state of play concluded with the definitive confirmation. 7 First Light is set to launch on March 27, 2026. This title will be available across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. Notably, the game is also slated to leverage Sony's PSSR upscaling technology on the PlayStation 5 Pro, promising enhanced visuals and smoother performance for those with the more powerful console. Accompanying the release date announcement was an extended gameplay reveal, offering the first substantial glimpse into Bond's origin story as depicted in the game. Developed by IO Interactive, renowned for their work on the Hitman series, 7 First Light is set to be a deep dive into stealth-driven espionage, punctuated by cinematic action sequences that capture the essence of the classic Bond experience. The game will explore the formative years of James Bond as he navigates the treacherous path to earning his coveted 00 status. The nearly 30-minute gameplay demonstration highlighted the game's core mechanics, showcasing a compelling blend of stealth, high-speed chases, and dynamic combat. Missions featured ranged from clandestine infiltrations of heavily guarded facilities to intense firefights and daring aerial escapes. The iconic James Bond car, complete with its array of signature gadgets, was also prominently featured, emphasizing tactical approaches to mission completion. The influence of IO Interactive's Hitman pedigree is palpable in 7 First Light. Similar to Agent 47, Bond will offer players multiple avenues for approaching objectives, encouraging the use of disguises, gadgets, and environmental improvisation. While the Hitman series often celebrated sandbox-style experimentation, First Light appears to integrate a more pronounced cinematic and narrative-driven approach, aligning perfectly with the established James Bond brand. This blend promises a unique gaming experience that respects the source material while innovating within the genre. As 7 First Light barrels toward its March 2026 release, anticipation is building for further details regarding the game's narrative intricacies, its approach to gadget implementation, and the potential inclusion of multiplayer or live service components. Given IO Interactive's successful track record with evolving live content in the Hitman games, fans are keenly interested in whether Bond's universe will receive similar ongoing support and updates. This release represents a significant moment for the James Bond franchise in gaming, aiming to deliver a sleek, stylish, and grounded espionage experience that could potentially set a new standard for how the world's most famous secret agent is portrayed in interactive media. Bond's gaming future is looking incredibly bright, but what about another iconic character whose gaming future is also a hot topic? We've got some intriguing whispers on that front next. Wolverine's gaming debut on the horizon. Fans eagerly awaiting news on Marvel's Wolverine have a potential reason for renewed excitement. A recent report suggests that gamers might finally get their first substantial look at Insomniac Games' highly anticipated title before the end of September. This comes as a welcome update for a game that, despite its announcement 4 years ago, has remained largely under wraps, with Insomniac Games sharing minimal details beyond the initial teaser trailer. According to a report from Insider Gaming, a new trailer for Marvel's Wolverine has reportedly been completed and is earmarked for a potential debut at Sony's upcoming State of Play event. This news arrives shortly after Sony hosted a State of Play focused on 7 First Light. And while no official announcement has been made for another showcase this month, the possibility of a Wolverine reveal is creating considerable buzz. The report also acknowledges that if a State of Play doesn't materialize this month, the trailer might be held back for a larger platform like the Game Awards in December, leaving fans in a state of watchful anticipation. Insomniac Games has previously confirmed that Marvel's Wolverine will be set within the same universe as their successful Marvel's Spider-Man titles on PS4 and PS5, creating a shared narrative tapestry. While official details are scarce, the infamous Insomniac hack in 2023 led to the unofficial release of potential spoilers, offering tantalizing hints about the game's direction. Subsequent reports indicated that Insomniac had made adjustments to the game following the hack, though the extent of these changes remains unclear. Furthermore, previous rumors have suggested that Wolverine might adopt an M rating, a decision that would likely serve the character's notoriously violent nature and gritty persona more effectively, potentially offering a more mature gaming experience. Earlier in 2025, Insomniac Games studio head, Chad Desern, addressed the palpable fan excitement surrounding Wolverine. While he declined to share specific details about the game's development, Desern acknowledged the significant anticipation, likening the team's approach to the character himself. "We have to be like Logan today and remain very stoic until it's time to pop the claws down the road." This statement underscored the developer's commitment to building hype and delivering a product that meets fan expectations. The game is confirmed to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but as of now, it does not have a confirmed release date, leaving its arrival in the gaming landscape an open question. So, we've covered Bond's confirmed release and potential looks at other major characters. But stick around, because after the break, we'll give you the full rundown on all the biggest stories and what they mean for you. And that's a wrap on today's breakdown. We saw Seven First Light finally get its release date and a massive gameplay reveal. We heard whispers of Marvel's Wolverine potentially showing up soon, and got the full story on Bond's return to gaming. If you loved this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming news. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop, and let us know in the comments which story you're most hyped for. Follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you in the next one.